guess we're live here. It's difficult. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so this is going to be the final assembly of the 22 by 22. Just trying to get the broadcast here set up. This is first live stream, so bear with me here for a second. I'm just trying to find out whether or not I'm streaming properly. So, oh boy. Yeah, I guess we're good. Yeah, I can't really. Oh well. If anyone in the chat could just say something, like just say like, yeah, we're hearing you or something, because I have no idea. At any rate, I should probably get started here. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh wait, upcoming. Oh crap. Ah, whatever. Alright, sweet, so it's working fine. Thank you guys. I was just not 100% sure. Just quickly see if I can get the audio since it was quiet. Again, thanks for bearing with me here. Should be starting shortly. Ah, whatever. I guess it's just gonna have to be quiet. Anyways, so this is gonna be the final assembly. I guess I'll begin. So I have all the pieces here set up. I have them in these holders. They're just all like pre-organized. So I'll be putting in these. There's 2 of them, so that'll be like 198 pieces. So yeah, it's just a final bit. I'm totally haven't really figured out a way like how I'm going to put in the last section. Like, I guess I'm gonna have to loosen it, so that's why I've completely taped this thing to hell, just so I can hopefully avoid total failure. If it gets too loose, some of the pieces could fall out. I have no idea, so I'm not taking much chances. Alright. So yeah, this has been like about 7 months in the making. I haven't been working on it constantly. I didn't work in July, but yeah, I started this all the way back in April, so it's all coming down to this. And on the first time I wanted to assemble this, I was considering a live stream, and I really wish I did it too, because the explosion would just been, you know, It would have been great if there was people watching. Someone in the chat asked, where did you get the inspiration to build this puzzle? I really drew my inspiration for building this puzzle from Matt Bonner's Yoda Minx. I kind of knew of Matt for quite a while as a puzzle builder before he made that, and he always made some cool puzzles, but the Yoda Minx really took me by surprise. It was just such a crazy, humongous puzzle, and I had always wanted to make something like a 22 by 2, well, something huge. Like I wanted to break the record for the largest cubic puzzle, so yeah, I kind of drew inspiration from that. Someone else asks, did you complain to the designer of the giant 4x4 yet? No, I haven't gotten to him. The email that we used to communicate doesn't appear to be working. Freaking trickster. I'm having a hard time getting these pieces out. Sometimes it happens. There we go. Put that in. Yeah. Someone else asks, how did you come up with the mechanism of this puzzle? It was like a long process of about like a month of coming up with the mechanism. I started this project on impulse, just on like the dumbest thing. Like I drew like a crude drawing of like a mechanism, probably like the worst mechanism possible for like a big cube. And then I was like, wait a minute, I have a 3D printer. I'm just going to build this. And then I went home and I did like oh crap. Someone said, are you streaming at 11:30? I don't know. I kind of set up a live stream and it seems to have messed up. So I'm just doing this, I guess. Because yeah, I had one which was like the Coron puzzle, or not the Coron puzzle live stream, but 22 by 22 final assembly, and I don't know why. I don't know how to get that working. So yeah, I guess I'm not streaming at 11:30. I'm streaming now. So yeah, anyways, for coming up with the mechanism, I printed out this terrible design, like some of the test pieces, and despite it being like really bad, I still decided that I was just gonna go ahead with and like pursue other mechanism ideas until I could get one that works. And I pretty much just made a combo of the mechanism I used for the Corn Puzzle 6x6 and the Corn Puzzle 8x8, and then I combined that with the mechanism of course, floating anchors, which is what Oscar used in the 17x17. Oh, now is 11:30. Yeah, I guess the live stream, I don't know, I messed it up. Sorry about that. Do you have plans after this is complete? My plans after this is complete? I don't really plan on making any. I don't have any 3D printed puzzles or any hand built puzzles really planned. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not really any plans. I'm just kind of going with whatever. Stickering, someone asks. I'm actually going to show the stickers real quick. I think that'd be cool. I don't think I've shown them to anyone. I had them cut like months ago. It's just the most ridiculous set of stickers I've ever seen. Hang on, let me get this focused here. Oh yeah, so here are the sticker sheets of this puzzle. Oh god, like I have another set, so obviously the missing stickers aren't important. But yeah, this is gonna be brutal, guys. I mean, I've stickered, and I knew I couldn't possibly cut all of these stickers, so I did have them custom cut. But yeah, I have no idea how long that's gonna take. So that's yeah, that's stickering, I guess. Someone asked how long it'll take to sticker. I have no idea. Could be fast, could be slow. When I was sorting the pieces, I thought it was going to take weeks to sort the pieces, but I actually managed to sort them all within like pretty much one day. Someone asks for a size comparison. Yeah, sure, I'll do a size comparison here. Here is a 3x3. Yeah, so it's not very big. 3x3 is not very big. 5x5, you get the idea. This puzzle is on a completely different scale from any other puzzle. I can even do a real quick, just since, you know, the stream's entertainment purposes, I'll do a size comparison of the giant 4x4. The giant 4x4 is bigger than the 22x22. So yeah, it's a beast in itself, and it's of its own. Anyways. So yeah. Yeah, the stream's going well, I think. Anyways. I actually have it working. Oh man, I did like a couple tests earlier and I had no idea what was going on. I think it had to do with the fact that I had like multiple tabs open or something, but yeah. So yeah, this has been put the giant 4x4 on a Rubik's stand. Yeah, I've actually tried that. It didn't work. It's pretty bad. I did custom print a stand. If I can find it here. I did make a giant stand for the 22x22 / giant 4x4, so it'll fit on that one. But yeah, I won't do that right now. Alright. It is an absolute pain to get the last piece in a row done. Oh. Yeah, that works. Whew. Yeah, it was pretty crazy on the weekend getting this thing ready for this live stream and stuff. At the beginning of the weekend, I only had one side done, so I pretty much put in like 14 hours on Saturday on this puzzle. It was just ridiculous. The day that like all the world records were happening, like I was completely out of it while it was going on. I was just like totally zeroed in on this puzzle, and then I checked and I was like, holy crap, world records going on. So yeah, that was it. Like, yeah, there was just the whole weekend. A lot of what you're seeing here, and also sorting, tons and tons of sorting. Someone asks, any plans on going bigger in the future? Definitely not using the same manufacturing technique that I used. Printing on this printer is just so slow. I mean, oh my god, it takes forever. It's really hard. The quality is bad. FMD printing is pretty much the worst printing you could possibly have for this puzzle. So I mean, probably nowhere in the near future. Like, as 3D printing technology becomes cheaper and more available, like, so, you know, not Shapeways or iMaterial or whatever prices, but something reasonable, I might go for something bigger. Probably only if it gets broken, I'll make bigger. I'm definitely not breaking my own record. when you're done, do a T-perm on it. Yeah, I don't think so. You know what, I'm just gonna really quickly do something here. I'm just gonna change the title of this to 22 by 22 final assembly live stream. Paste. There we go. Yeah, alright. So, alright, so, where was I? Plans to go bigger in the future. When you're done, do a T-perm. Yeah, that's never happening. I really, to this, like, even now, I do not know if, like, this is gonna work. I did do turns when it was, you know, really, much smaller, like, never with any significant amount assembled. So, oh man, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do a T-perm, 'cause there's no point without stickers, but, yeah, maybe when I'm done, when it's stickered and stuff, but definitely not on this live stream. So maybe some of you guys would be interested. I could quickly put a link to like an unlisted video that I made at the beginning of the project, which shows a turn. Is it locked? No, okay. So yeah, here's a link to a video that I made, which was showing turning and stuff. So anyways, yeah. It's definitely not going to be the same as now, of course. It's just one, it was 2 layers, but it was a good proof of concept. I didn't really want to have turns that were completely seized even without other pieces on it, so yeah. Yep. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. It's looking okay. Looking okay. It's always a bit of a guessing game. You never know if like the tensions, like the tolerances are going to be really weird. Because my printer... my printer doesn't really have the best tolerances. And that's kind of one of the reasons why it took so long, because I can just set up the printer and, you know, just go and it'll print out the pieces, and the pieces will, you know, slide and they'll seem fine, but the printers are only good to about 1/10 of a millimeter, and you kind of want slightly better than that. So I'd say like the first couple months were just testing, getting tolerances, and not just like changing printer settings, but actually going into the softwares and going into the STLs and editing the STLs. I'm gonna be uploading all of the STLs for this project onto Thingiverse. I'm just gonna do like one big Thingiverse page and have like, you know, 22 by 22. So any of you guys who have a printer, like obviously I don't expect anyone to print out the whole thing, but you know, if someone wants to print out like say a full set like this, just to, you know, see kind of what was going on with this puzzle, then yeah, that'll be available. Oh, that's cool. I'm up to 10 people watching. Yeah. Didn't think I'd make it, honestly. Oh. It's only been 21 minutes. Holy crap. Yeah, this is slow goings. Pretty much halfway done the easy of the two centers, which I gotta do, because the second one is obviously not gonna be so easy. It was driving me crazy. I saw, hey, cubologist, that's cool. Anyways, I saw a video, and it was by Oliver Sticker. It was the guy who made the stickers for this puzzle. And he is somehow got his hands on both the Shapeways and like iMaterial version of the 17 by 17, and he made a time-lapse assembly of it. And oh my god, it drove me crazy. Like, he and someone else, they were assembling the puzzle, and between the two of them, it only took them 2.5 hours to assemble the 17 by 17. It's just, oh my god, like, I'm probably gonna spend 2.5 hours just assembling like these last little bit. You can imagine the whole thing is just be ridiculous. So yeah, it's probably been like a solid 20 hours to get this puzzle assembled so far. This is a lot more peaceful than the last time I was assembling this. Like back in August when I was doing the first round of assembly, I had it set that I was going to make, like, because these sets here were printed. These were 11 sets of 9 pieces, so there's 99 pieces here, and what I could do is I could print, there's the same set over and over again. So I would have 12 of, say, this row, this set, which, you would print out the equivalent of a full set, but you're not actually, you can't assemble it linearly like that. So for some reason I thought that was a good idea. So what it meant was it was days of sitting around, trimming off the little excess bits of plastic once the pieces came off, but I wasn't really doing very much, and as a result the pieces just, there was like thousands of pieces, and that meant that I would be assembling half the puzzle in that day. So it was a ridiculously long day, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning when it happened, when the explosion happened, and it would have been like an all-nighter. Like, I was not even that close. It would have been easily an all-nighter before it was finished. So yeah, this is nice. I'm glad I started this at 10:30 and there's only the last tiny little bit left. So I mean, I've been going to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get this thing done for like the past few days, but yeah, this is nice. What would you do if you accidentally stickered it with the wrong scheme? I'd just leave it. I'd just be like, well, that would kind of be in line with the incompetence, but that I generally have with my puzzles. Second, must respond. Whoop. There we go. Anyways, sorry about that. So yeah, if I stickered it with the wrong scheme, it wouldn't really matter that much. But yeah, I'll definitely make sure to, take the 10 seconds it takes to like recognize the correct color scheme. Yeah. I guess I'll I don't know, summarize the kind of events, like why it took so long to recover from the explosion which happened in August. So essentially what went down was I was trying to rush like super hard to get this thing done in time for Edmonton's Summer Open, which is happening like it was happening on the 29th, but I was leaving for about 2 weeks beforehand, so I had to get it done. Like pretty much the 11th was the last day, so I was going down to the last minute, and I really wanted to get it done so I could show people and do like a big reveal at Edmonton Summer. But yeah, obviously I rushed, and one of the screws, like the screws were just the core of a 4x4, so the screws were pretty short and they didn't have too much threading on it. If you look at like a Moyu screw, even for like a 10x10, they're not very robust. So the screws just sort of, well, like I knew that there was like, it was kind of reaching crisis levels, like it was really bad, but yeah, it just when I was pulling apart the edges, one of them just kind of popped out. So anyways, I wanted to redo the core so this wouldn't happen. And, there was a fair bit of printing ahead of me. It wasn't anything crazy, but, oh, Alex is in the chat. Yeah, that should be good. Anyways. Oh, Matt Bonner, eh? Alright. So, what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, anyways, so I wanted to make the core. It was kind of an ambitious undertaking. I mean, the core was like the biggest part. Like it took the longest to print. It was the easiest to print because it only had like a few pieces. Yeah. Yes, I notice you too, Zach. Yeah. Anyways, and what I did, and I know this is going to come as a tremendous shock to most of you, but the giant 4x4, the giant 4x4 is actually just pieces lazily glued onto the old core of the 22x22. So I am the unnamed incompetent puzzle builder who made the giant 4x4. Anyways, yeah, the 4x4 just used like a normal 4x4 core, so it was like super lazy and didn't work very well. And the whole making the new core would involve printing out the entire thing and no 4x4 in the center. So my first take on the core, new core, as you can see here, was kind of this weird ball thing, and it took Shengshou 10x10 screws. And my reasoning was, it's a Shengshou 10x10, it has long screws, it's a big puzzle, it's not nearly on the caliber of this puzzle, but it is still, you would think that it would work. So I used the 10x10 screws, and the new core, not before I started assembling, but while I was turning it, it did explode. So it kind of suffered the same problem as the last one. So I made core, the new core, which just took the same screws I used in the corners. So anyways, yeah, I did the revamp of that. That took forever. And halfway done. And right around that time, my printer broke. And it was like, I've had my printer break before, but this was like a particularly bad break, and it pretty much sent me out of commission for like a full month. So this should have been done like a long time ago, but managed to keep having delays. Okay, this is a sketchy part here. There we go. Yep. All right. You can answer this question from the Cubeologist. The Cubeologist writes, I realize you probably answered this question already, but why did you use an even layer puzzle? Isn't there already the mechanism for a 23 by 23? I realize that may not know what I'm talking about. I did not use the mechanism of a 23 by 23 inside this. There's actually only a hidden 5 by 5 layer and not a hidden 23 by 23 layer. I used some trickery, which I used in this puzzle, which is the corn puzzle 8 by 8. This just has a 4 by 4, which means it has a 5 by 5 hidden internal layer. And yeah, that's what I did. Now, as to why it was even, I'm going to come clean with you guys. It's a pretty stupid reason, but the reason why I went for an even instead of an odd was quite simply it had to do with these middle edge pieces here. Now, if it was even, I would have to print these pieces in two and then glue them together, and I didn't want to do that. And that's it. So I just printed them in two so it could be an even layer puzzle. That's pretty much it. It was honestly just because it was, I mean, it meant more pieces because I was originally going for a 21 by 21, and then I split the middle layer just so I didn't have to glue those pieces together. In the end, it probably wound up being more work, but yeah, that's pretty much the reason. Do you think it's healthy for me to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch this? Probably not, but, you know. It is kind of late. It is like 11 o'clock here. So, I mean, it's not super late, but I'm sure for some people, pretty west in the continent. So, I mean, pretty much everyone is going to be later than me. So, yeah. It sucks. Probably should have started this earlier. Are the middle two wings attached to the 4x4? Yes, it is. That just makes, you know, assembly a lot easier. Like, it's pretty much standard now for the higher order puzzles to all use a core, which is like either a 3x3 or like pretty much for, yeah, 3x3 or, you know, a 4x4 or whatever, just to make the assembly much easier. So yes, there is the wings, the corners, and the centers. So pretty much all the 4x4 pieces are attached. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, it also does make it pretty stable for having a nice. Yeah, I guess the Yodaminx used a Megaminx core, so it's pretty nice. I just kind of slightly messed up the order of these pieces here when I was putting them into the grid. Bear with me here. These are the hardest little buggers to sort. They're all the same. It's just, it drives me crazy. Oh man, okay. Where? this. Edmonton Winter Open 2016. Yeah. Someone writes, why did you use a 4x4 core? Wouldn't a 2x2 core like the V-Cube 8 be easier? Not really. It's pretty much doesn't make... I mean, if you're going to use a 2x2 core, you can't attach the corners and edges, which is something I really wanted to do, because it kind of followed all of the other mechanisms which I used for the 6x6 and 8x8 that I made. The 6x6 was printed, the 8x8 was handmade. But using the 2x2 core, it's just a pain. I mean, it's fine for like an 8x8, but I'm pretty sure for something bigger it needs to be something a little more complete. I was almost considering doing something crazy like making the core a 6x6 or 8x8, but I decided against it, because then you would have more pieces that were rigidly in place, but I kind of realized it didn't make any difference. Someone writes, noobs be like, make the corners smaller. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Yes. These corners are actually way bigger than they need to be, but I went for them anyway. Just thought it was a good idea at the time. I made this board which contains all of the pieces at least once, and this is what I used to sort. And I kind of have an issue here where I'm missing a... well, this piece is too big, and I'm missing one, so... let's see here. Oh my god. I'll just try that. Snag one off. I also butchered the reference board for pieces because I didn't want to print off full rows, because I broke some of the pieces while I was printing them today. I think that's the right one. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Just made a small sorting mistake. Okay, so I'm back in action here. Alex writes, is it possible do you think it has the possibility to shapeshift? Maybe. I don't think I'll ever try, though. I probably can't. Actually, no, it wouldn't be able to unless I split some of the edges. But, yeah. I decided not to split some of the edges. I was too lazy. This puzzle is long enough, painful enough. Up to 21 people watching. This is pretty great. Yeah, I think I can safely say, like, I've assembled quite a few crazy puzzles, but this one takes the cake as, like, easily the most difficult puzzle to assemble. Not just because of how big it is, it's just, it is a pain. Is it even going to be stable? Someone writes. Well, you know, maybe. It certainly doesn't have a great track record, I'm not gonna lie. But, I mean, this thing is pretty rock solid when it's assembled. The pieces just lock together, like there's no way. knew this last one was going to be horrible because all of the other sides are going to be like squeezing in on it. I'm just going to go ahead and try loosening some of the sides here. But not too much. We don't want something terrible to happen. If I can find the screw. I don't want to break anything. Must find it. Oh, I think we got something. There we go. I used some pretty long screws on this one. Or not like super long, but they have really good threads, so I think I'll be fine. Someone asks, how did you produce all the pieces and how much did it cost? So this puzzle was made on what could only be described as a particularly crappy 3D printer. This entire puzzle was made on the desk, which it currently is sitting on. So that's any indicator, like, oh, Jesus, whoops. Here we go. Anyways, good thing they're on that grid. That would have sucked. Best 2 hours printing that grid. So yeah, I made them using a particularly crappy 3D printer, and the only advantage to using a particularly crappy 3D printer is you can print them really cheap. So this puzzle was probably only like $200 to make. Yeah. Which is the only reason I made it. If it was any more, I wouldn't have done it. $200 stickering was like 25% of the cost of this puzzle. So it's like cheaper than a 13 by 13 if you don't count my time. What? Comments are really flying by here. What kind of 3D printer do you have? You know, a particularly crappy one. More specifically, a RepRap Prusa i3. I got it from like some random website, and it was cheap. It was like the cheapest printer they had, and the reviews were kind of good. And I was kind of excited. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get this one, and I got it. And you know, there was obviously problems. I think it was like the Migbot or something. It's a really sketchy company, but they had really cheap 3D printers, and I wanted one, so yeah, I got one of those. And then right after I got it, the reviews started getting to be like 1 star. People are like, missing stepper motors, so yeah, I got lucky, I guess, so don't recommend doing that. Someone's telling me to stop making the puzzle looser. It's the only way. Like, the video of the 20, like the original like explosion of this puzzle was like, it was crisis levels how tight the puzzle was. It was ridiculously tight, and I knew I couldn't like loosen the mini 4x4 core thing that I had going on too much. So this one's a pretty big 4x4. It's like, it's pretty much the biggest 4x4 mechanism ever made, so I mean, it should be able to handle a bit of loosening. Should have made a 24x24, then it would have more parts than the Yoda Minx. Yeah, I remember when I was first starting off on this puzzle, I was kind of like dimly sort of like kind of estimating the parts, and then I was like, oh my god, it has more pieces than the Yoda Minx, and then I actually checked and it doesn't. But I'm fine with it not having more. I mean, the difference between a 22x22 and a 24x24, it's like not even that much in terms of, like, I probably couldn't tell the difference at a glance, so maybe I should have. Oh well. It just would have been more work. This this is smaller than the Yodaminx, right? Someone writes. It's... I don't know if it's physically smaller than Yodaminx. I mean, I don't really know how big a basketball is. It's like slightly smaller than a basketball, I think. But it has less pieces. It has less overall combinations, obviously. But it does have more pieces to a face, I believe. Getting close here. Kind of glad I have this stream to slightly distract me, so the full implications of how close, like 7 months of work, has slowly come together here, and how I'm gonna get that last row in. It's probably gonna involve, as much as the chat protests, a hefty amount of loosening this puzzle, because there's not really any other way I could do it. So. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to see. Oh man, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, I will be. Once I'm not gonna even consider going to Guinness and trying to get this verified as a world record, unless I can do a full checker pattern, because that's a pretty reasonable standard of getting this puzzle to be fully functional. I still don't know if it will do a checker pattern, but the second I do that, like the day I do that, I'll definitely contact Guinness. I already kind of looked into it, and yeah, they're ridiculously slow. So I mean, there's no chance of it getting verified as the world's largest twisty puzzle, even in 2015. So it'll be like 2016 it gets verified, if at all, if it works. But Oscar already said he would be the expert witness, so that'd be pretty cool. How much do you think popping will be a problem? Probably not too bad. I mean, this puzzle uses floating anchor, and floating anchor really, it's not going to be that bad for popping. Someone writes, a foolish person writes, even cubes can't be fully checkered. They can pretty much be fully checkered. I mean, you can do, like, if you can checker it like it's a 21 by 21 and then checker the middle layers, that's a full checker as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, checker it like a 21 by 21 and then checker it like a 2 by 2. That's pretty much a full checker. It proves it's fully functional. Someone says, are you going to get stickers? I already showed this. I guess I'll really quickly show this again, because I'm sure there's new people to the stream. But, I'll quickly show the stickers one more time, just because they're cool. I don't know how good the sizing of these stickers are going to be, but yes, there they are. They're pretty glorious. They are made by Oliver Sticker, and they're pretty amazing. So yes. How many pieces would you say this print is? It would probably be... Well, this puzzle... I can print 9 pieces at a time. That's the most I ever printed, but... no, this puzzle has, I think, around 1,000, or no, not 1,000, 2,691, I think. Not a bad number. Someone writes, I'm spending my birthday watching this stream. And then smiley face. Well, happy birthday, Timson999. Yeah. You know, it's a great day. It's a great day for this puzzle to be made, you know. The 24th of November. Oh man, it's getting close now. I'll probably do an untaping of this puzzle when it's finished, because it's all taped up right now, just to show you guys. I might try a couple turns. I think it's going to take a bit of working. Should probably lube it to get it turning, though. There we go. I have lubed the hell out of this puzzle. I mean, during the construction, I've went through like an entire sampler of like cubicle lube. This has all been into the puzzle. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully it'll work. Okay. What if the pieces pop out when you're trying to take off the tape? If the puzzle is so pathetically unstable that it takes off pieces with the tape, then I might as well just give up now. I'm pretty sure it won't, though. I also won't be turning it while I take off the tape, so you know, there's that. Oh my god. Oh man. Yes. Not long now. This is definitely way farther than I made it last time. I attempted to assemble this thing. Pieces are kind of stuck. There we go. It's almost set for another loosening. I really can't get very many more pieces in there. Again, not 100% sure how I'm going to go about getting the last pieces in. If it doesn't work, will you make a third attempt? Absolutely not. This is do or die. I have spent more than enough of my life working on this puzzle. I have spent more time on this puzzle, easily. No exaggeration, I've spent more time on this puzzle than all other puzzles that I've ever made combined. It's been a crazy, crazy project, and if it fails, I'm done. Maybe if it pops, I might reassemble it, but if the mechanism fails, it's over. How much does the cube weigh? I have no idea. It's really heavy though. It's I've put a few kilograms of plastic in the printer to make this puzzle, so if I had to guess, probably it's definitely over 2 kilograms. I don't know, maybe 3. Let me feel. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. I'll weigh it before I make the video, so then I'll explain it all in the video. Someone asks if I can move the camera a little bit. Oh, yeah, I guess you guys can't really see that. I wasn't looking at the stream, I was looking at the comments. I can't really move. I can move it a little bit like that. My hands might get in the way, but that's about as good as I'm going to be able to do, unfortunately. Because it's hard to get a good camera angle for this. The last pieces ain't too bad. I guess you know what you're talking about. But yeah, we'll see. Oh man. Hopefully they ain't too bad. But I think they might be. Oh, yikes. If only it was easier. Someone writes, is this the last section you need to assemble? Yes, it is absolutely the last section I need to assemble. This is it. We're down to 28 parts remaining. Just gonna give this puzzle a bit of a loosening. I know. Pretty sure we'll be okay though. If I can freaking get the pieces in. I have to get this, find the screw. It's really down in there. Ah, this side's took enough abuse. Let's find the screw. Oh, no. Switch hands. Pieces feel like they're gonna pop out a little bit. This is probably, yeah, this, this concerning part. The screws, I did a lot of screwing to get these. Okay. These pieces. So I think we'll be okay. But if we're not, yikes. I gotta get in there. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's do it nice and incrementally, I suppose. Really abuse this puzzle. Yeah, some pieces there. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, yes. I might change the angle of approach here. I think I'm going to be doing the last parts in an upright position. Ooh, are we missing a piece? I don't know. It appears we are missing a piece. Wait a minute. We have these 3 rows. And then, yeah, we are missing a piece. Looks like the reference board is going to become just a little bit smaller. I can't tell which piece it is, though. Okay. We're just missing it. Bear with me here. Haven't looked at the chat in a while. How much longer do you think this is going to take? I don't know. Probably like maybe another 20 minutes or so. If I get this assembled, will I do any turns tonight? We'll see what I can do. I might not be able to get it turning tonight, but I will certainly try. People really want me to tighten this puzzle. It does look bad, but you know, it'll be fine. Holy man, we've been going for over an hour here. It's not bad. It's about as, I guess I'm doing a little bit faster than I was expecting. Sorry if I'm not talking quite as much. This is just, of course, there's a lot of focus involved here. This isn't your typical assembly. This is it's a little above your average 4x4. I guess it's not a 4x4, but you know what I mean. Okay. That's so sketchy. I don't like it. These pieces just lock in so good that it's also so bad. Oh. Still not quite as bad as I imagined, though. It's not terrible. It just kind of sucks. Someone asks how much farther. Very, very close. Only these 27 pieces left once I get this rather shy mugger in. Okay. Gonna have to widen it out a little. Come on. Oh god, these are the dumbest comments coming through the chat here. Thanks, chat. You're making this so great. Get in. It's gonna be yikes. Oh crap. Kind of lost the piece inside. Oh, was it? No, of course not. This is terrible. What, chat? We are manifestations of your insanity. Manifestations of my insanity are already right in front of me. This piece is a little shy. Just make sure that those pieces actually fit together. Okay. They actually don't. Appears to have made some sort of mistake. Yes. Try. Oh, I didn't break it. Someone asks how many cubes I'm attempting for multi-blind at Edmonton Winter 2016. I don't know. I'm pretty lazy at multi-blind these days. I've done like 1 or 2 in the past few months, so I was originally going for something big, but it's probably gonna be something more scaled back, probably like 9 or so, maybe 10. it? These pieces aren't working here. There's something wrong. There was a piece skipped at one point, I believe. Wait a minute. Okay. This one goes here? No, it does not. Well, that's... some reason this happens more often than I'd like. The puzzle is not fitting together. There's some sort of weirdness going on. I'm gonna start backtracking a little bit because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's the thing, I'm always making good time, you know? We were at one hour, and it was looking like it was gonna be quick and easy. Now this. Okay, so we got this piece. Alright, so we got this piece. Now. Okay. They do not fit. And they fit. Okay. Because these go together. This doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I'm just not 100% sure what's going on with these pieces. There's some thing that I'm not getting here. I don't know what it is. Really? Okay, no. Okay, so these are all the right pieces. That doesn't make any sense. Ha. I think I know what's wrong here. Something dumb. It happens. Must have somehow messed up the order slightly when putting these pieces in. Hour 11 minutes. Okay. Hopefully, oh man, it's almost 12 here. Try to wrap this up a never quite goes to plan. Never quite. Okay. This doesn't make any sense. Someone asks, ABS or PLA? Definitely PLA, just because I'm printing in an enclosed space, and I mean, I'm sure PLA is not the best for you anyway, but I didn't want ABS fumes. It kind of smells. This is... I'm trying to rack my mind around this. Okay. Needs 4 pieces. Why? Some... Oh. It's on the floor. Aha. Oh god. So stupid. Yeah, a piece fell on the floor, and I found it, and that was causing problems. So, sorry about that. We can progress forward once again. So yes, that's good. So yeah, anyways. Okay, here we go. So, the reassembly of these pieces. What happened was, I guess when I knocked the, when I kind of tapped this holder thing earlier, just kind of like way earlier in the stream, I knocked out a piece, which was like the last piece in a row, so I got to the end of the row and there was one piece missing, and I thought it was the last, the piece at the end was the last piece, and that there was some piece further down the line that was wrong. And anyways, of course, there's always like, it's always like the simplest things which mess me up here, and that's why it takes so long. Can you show us your part chart? Okay, I'll quickly show you guys the part chart. Here's the part chart. It's kind of hard. I'll move the camera slightly. So what I did was, you would take a piece and you could like find the location of where it needed to go just by finding where it fits, and then whatever number that was corresponding with the letter or number was where I'd put it. And the cups, as you can see here, I used to sort it in all of those cups. So that's the part chart, and yes, call it the reference board. There we go. Okay, so now I should be able to make this work. Probably pretty late now, think about it, for pretty much everyone. Should have done this earlier, probably would have been better, but oh well. Okay, let's just get these 2 pieces in. There we go. No, maybe? Yes, it's kind of locked in there. No. Okay. There we go. Someone writes, I just opened the video. How much longer do you think the assembly will be? Oh man, I don't know. Hopefully not too much longer. Hopefully. Probably like maybe at the very most a couple, like maybe 30 or 40 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the camera angle here. I think I'm gonna be working upright. So let's bring this camera angle up. Oh man, I can't. That's low. Okay. Sorry, camera's gonna be shaky here. New live stream skills starting to show. Get more of an upright view here. There we go. So yeah, hopefully that's good. Okay. Oh boy. So this is gonna be a tight fit. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. I think I'm just gonna do it 3 pieces at a time. I guess I'm not gonna immediately go to the upright angle, but I don't want to change it, so bear with me here. I'm gonna slowly start the putting of the pieces. Okay. So how is that gonna go? Okay, I got 3 layers. Okay, so this piece goes in. This piece goes in. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. Very, very bad. There's clearly, yeah, okay, I'll try upright just to get more room. Yes, okay. So, putting that piece in there. 1. What? Does make sense? Does make sense? How's that? Confused. How? Did that get in there? Why? Oh man. Oh god. Sorry, reference board. We need one more sacrifice. I'm really cutting towards myself as I try to remove it from the reference board. There we go. Doing this OH. Must cut towards my very calloused fingers that are not very calloused at all. And I cut myself so much. One time I was making it kind of failed. It was like supposed to be like a 6x6x7 or something. And I had like the terrible idea of using a hacksaw to make the pieces. I know, right? It's like, why? Just why? So there were these tiny little pieces, and I was like, just going at them with a hacksaw, and I cut my fingers up so bad. It was probably the worst I've suffered for a puzzle that was kind of lame to begin with and then never got finished. So it was a total waste. And I just went upstairs. My mom's just like, "You're pale. What happened?" So yeah, cut myself quite a bit for cubing. Okay, let's just make sure. Yeah, it's a decent shot. I'm always trying to. Man, we're up to 25. Thank you everyone who is watching. I'm pretty surprised that I was able to get that many viewers on the time of day it is. So that's cool. It's just about midnight where I am. Should have done this earlier. Should have done this with other puzzles. It would have been cool. Final assembly of the 9x9 barrel cube. I don't think YouTube did live streaming though back then. Oh, I almost have to take another finger out here. I'm getting close. It is the 11th hour. Someone writes, why did you choose 22 by 22 and not another size? I'll just answer this again. Well, I'll give it... I'm not 100% sure where the number 21 by 21, 22 by 22 came from. There's like a collection of lost pieces that are like sitting on my chair, so I pick up the wrong lost piece. That's great. They're freaking everywhere. But yeah. It's like the number that I've always been dreaming of was 22 by 22, and when I originally wanted to make this project, I thought it would be this 21 by 21, but I changed my mind for something like late into the project to make it 22 by 22. But yeah, the number has always been 22 by 22. I have no idea why. Maybe it was because the 17 by 17 was 5 layers bigger than the previous record, which was 12 by 12. And I thought, well, if I was going to break the record, I would want to, do Oster's puzzles justice by, at least breaking his record by the amount that he broke the previous record. So, maybe. Oh god. Someone writes, I need to make this. I would warn you that it's gonna take a long time. And who knows, I might just be building a puzzle that never works right now. I don't have that guarantee. But I will be putting all of the STLs on Thingiverse, so technically you could make one. Though, if you really were serious about prototyping such a large puzzle, I would actually gladly design the 3D models for someone to break this record, go bigger, because there's no point in having two 22 by 22s in existence. I would much rather see the next one be bigger. That's why I never got there's more than one 17 by 17 in existence, because, they cost the same, regardless if it's the first or the last when it's 3D printed like that. So why wouldn't someone want to, make their own puzzle? Maybe, I'm sure if someone, got a decent collaboration with someone else going, like, there's puzzle designers who would have helped design a world record breaking puzzle, I'm sure. And yeah. There's that, and looks like we're gonna have to lose. So this guy persists. I must. Well, good luck. I recommend having a 3D printer, or just making one with Shapeways, which would be faster and cheaper. Well, not cheaper, actually much more expensive. But go for it. Uh-oh, something weird going on this side. Yeah, actually something a little disconcerting, if you ask me. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Need to loosen her off just a hair. Just a little more. None of these cards matter anymore. None of them. Get rid of them all. Now I must get to the center of this side. Loosen it slightly. I must. Ooh, loosen it good. Yeah, see, those last pieces are going to take a little bit of getting done to get them in. They won't fit, though. It just won't fit. Oh, we got it in. That's one. Yes, very nice, very nice. Oh, that's two. It has come. It was messing up this moment. There we go. Let me get this screen here. Goodbye, chat. God damn it. So stupid. It's supposed to be this dramatic moment. I put in the piece backwards. Yay! It is finished. You guys did not see that fail. It didn't happen. Look at that. Woo! Now to tighten it immediately. It's okay, chat. I'm tightening it now. Ooh, it's getting nice and tight now. That side's a little tight. Oops. Oh, God. Ah, God, these pieces they like delaminate a little bit when I'm sticking the screwdriver in. It's just, it's horrible. Good job. Good night. Yeah. Tighten that shit. Woo! Yes, I will. Last pieces weren't so bad. They were fun. God. I should have recorded this stream. Oh well. Hopefully I don't screw it up when I'm processing it through YouTubes and such. It'll be fine. Yeah, it doesn't want to be tightened much more than that. This is nerve-wracking watching at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, it's been a ride. Oh man, this thing's heavy. I've always wanted to hold it like this. And now it is time, because I mean it doesn't make any difference now. Let's start the untaping. This is the most exciting untaping of them all. This is kind of cool, you guys. A moment in cubing history recorded. It's not the only moment in cubing history that was recorded this week, but it was a good one. It's a good one. Final assembly of the 22 by 22 twisty puzzle. Someone asks if I were to sell it, what would be the price? I don't know, like $5,000 or something. I just want to take off the couple stickers that were on some of the pieces, just so I could have this clean black twisty puzzle. Had a couple of them on there just for testing and such, you know. Okay. It's still a bit loose. I need to tighten it. This is weird. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. This is I'm so glad I decided to do this stream. I kind of felt bad about not doing it last time, and oh man, I could only imagine the chat blowing up if like the explosion happened live. Oh man, a lot of people think that I was like super devastated during the explosion, but actually I was like, yeah, but I get to go to bed, and I filmed it, so I get like views, and that did, it did okay. It didn't do great, but it did okay. Oh, no, we don't want to loosen it. I'm so used to loosen it. There we go. Oh man. So I was thinking, baby steps. I might try some 2x2 turns, maybe. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so. Alright. I'm going to attempt the first turn. Oh man, the stiffness, the anticipation, the drama. Oh, goodness me, this stiff. Just experiencing massive piece separation. Oh! Nope. Nope.